So after a couple of days here, and we were in Sunset Bay Marina, which is actually just over the ways here. We thought we wanted to stay here for another day or two because it's actually a really nice area. Get a few bits done on the boat before we start heading across Lake Okeechobee. We wanted to book in for an extra night into the marina, and unfortunately it just didn't have space for us. But Spencer Christopher Yacht Management over here have decided to give us a slip for a few days, and they put us up here in their private little slip area. Now we couldn't actually fit all the way in, so we had to just nudge Barefoot in because we're a little bit wider. They don't normally do the catamarans down here, so it's a little bit tight. But thank you so much for the hospitality and putting us up, everything you've done for us down here.
So welcome to this week's episode. So as we told you last week, we are here in Stuart, Florida. So we've made our way north up the ICW and made it this far. So our next plan is to cross Lake Okeechobee and head over to the west coast of Florida. We've decided to tell you this sooner rather than later so that we can kind of make plans to meet up with some of our friends and followers on the west coast of Florida. So we are going to be staying here in Stuart for probably a month and a half, 2 months. We'll see how it goes. But we have some projects that we want to get done on the boat, and we have the use of a dock here. So I'm going to get set on doing some of the cosmetic work inside the boat so it actually feels more like a home. So before I crack on with my projects that I'm going to do inside the boat, we just wanted to talk to you about a piece of kit that we received a couple weeks ago that we love. It is fantastic, and we're super happy to have it on board Barefoot. So as you saw last week, we received our new freezer from SetPower. So we got a delivery.
Michael has been a little bit of a delivery station for us, a postal address. All sorts of stuff has turned up. Plus we've got a new freezer to go on the boat, a portable freezer. And Michael, he went and filled it up with food for us. So
it is awesome. It has been a lifesaver for us. If you've been following our journey, you'll know that our freezer inside, our 12-volt freezer, crashed while we were in the Bahamas. So we've been running with just a small 12-volt fridge inside the boat. So this has been fantastic. So as you saw last week, we did receive it from our patron, Michael and Pudding, and they actually filled it up with meat for us. So thank you so much, guys. So the model of freezer that we have, it is a SetPower RV60D. So it's a 60-quart fridge freezer. One of the aspects of it that I really like is it has two sections inside. So you can have one section being a fridge and one section being a freezer. You can make both sides a fridge or both sides a freezer, to whatever your needs are. For us right now, we have both sides set as a freezer. One of the things that you have to consider when you're on a boat as well is battery power. And our batteries are really starting to go downhill. We have West Marine AGM batteries. We've had them for about 2 years and they're getting really bad. So this doesn't use very much power at all. I think it uses 60 watts. So it doesn't use very much power, but what we've been doing, because our batteries are in such a bad way, we've been turning the freezer off at nighttime. So I set it to 00 Fahrenheit. On both sides during the day when we have lots of sun coming in from the solar panels. At night, we've been turning it off. When I turn it back on the next day, it's only at 12 degrees Fahrenheit, so still really, really cold inside. So it's really efficient in the way that it insulates your food inside. If you are interested in a SetPower for yourself, we do have a discount code that I'll put down in the description below. If you're also interested in our Barefoot stickers that I'm putting onto our freezer, check out our website. The link is also in the description below. So we're really looking forward to seeing how this works in our lifestyle. So living not only on the boat, but on our RV as well. So the nice thing is it is portable, so once it's full of food, we can transport it. You can plug it into your car with a cigarette lighter, 12 volt, and again, it does stay cold for a very long time, even with it not plugged in. But we plan on using it on our boat, so I'm gonna add boat sticker. We also plan on using it in our RV. I don't think we're gonna go to the cold. So we do plan on keeping keeping it outside in the cockpit so it gets lots of ventilation around it. Once we have our full enclosure, when the hardtop's finally finished, it'll be nice and safe outside. It's not supposed to be out in the heavy rain, but we don't get too much rain in the cockpit as it is now. So once we have that full enclosure, it'll be nice and safe. Then we'll be able to use it as a seat as well when we have guests on board and we want to play dominoes and cards outside. So it has dual purpose. If you live on a boat, you know that provisioning is key. So we're looking forward to next time we do head to the Bahamas, we'll have so much storage space for food. And then once all the food is out of this, we can then use it as a fridge to keep our drinks nice and cold. But first steps, I don't know why, but the boat has gotten so crazy dirty. There's stuff everywhere. I don't know if it's because we're on a dock, but our feet are dirty, so everything just feels grubby. So my first step really is going to be to clean the boat. We've also accumulated so many things that don't really need to be on the boat, if that makes sense. So I'm going to start from the front and work my way back, tidying up things, getting rid of stuff that's no longer useful, and then I'm going to set to work on the cosmetics inside. So it's going to be a bit of fun. But that's why we've decided to stay here in Stewart for a little bit. It's nice here. There's a beautiful river walk, so Fox is super happy. There's lots of shops around, so we can get the supplies we need to do these jobs, which is insane. Like, after being in the Dominican and Bahamas and not being able to get the supplies you need, when you come to a place, there's shops close by, it's life-changing. So we're gonna get some stuff done, finally. Hi, babe.
Hey, babe, what are you up to?
I'm gonna set to work on cleaning this boat.
So you're going to get into those sail lockers you've been talking about for months. You've wanted to clean them out, haven't you? Find out what we got in there. Probably half of it we don't even need.
That's what I just said. Half this stuff we're carrying around for no reason at all. So I'm gonna go through them, and for some reason our sail lockers, they get kind of wet inside, like the moisture and condensation. So the walls get really moldy. So not my favorite job, but I'm gonna have to climb in there and clean everything.
Get in there, my little scrubber.
What are you off to do?
So I'm doing some preparation work because we're going to add a little bit more accent lighting to the boat. We've been just getting by with what we got, and we want to try and make it a little bit more pretty and also a lot more functional and practical. So we've ordered some bits and pieces. Now we can order here off of Amazon. We've ordered in some bits and pieces, so I'm going to do some prep work today and pull a little bit of cable in through and stuff like that.
There's so much stuff. Now to scrub. Scrub, 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 scrub. Okay, so far from that port sail locker, we've gotten rid of a few harnesses that we've never used. They're like ancient. So if we were to do a longer crossing where we needed to be clipped in, we would invest in something newer, better technology, so that we're safer on board. But off of those, Davy's managed to save some carabiners. So we've clipped those off, and there was actually some straps in there as well. So we've saved those, and we'll actually be able to put them in a place where we'll know where they are so we can actually use them. I'm letting it dry out now, and then I'm going to pack everything back in there. I didn't get rid of as much as I hoped to out of there, but sometimes it's useful to have stuff on board. When I say stuff that's useful to have on board, there's this blue hose that came out of the lazarette in the cockpit, and it's actually like a manual bilge pump thing. We took the hose off of there because it just wasn't practical use of space, but we are going to keep the hose in case we have to do any of that manual bilge stuff. Hopefully we won't, but again, better safe than sorry to have it. If we got rid of it, that's when you'd need it. It looks so much dry nicely. I have to say, the walls are definitely getting drier. I see a little bit of water on the bottom, but it's definitely getting closer. So I should be able to put stuff back in there today, because it is only like 12 o'clock. So I finished now getting rid of all of the stuff from the sail lockers. We managed to get rid of more stuff than I thought, which was great. So we've made room and we've reorganized them a little bit better, so the space is just utilized in a better way. I've also, this morning, I've scrubbed the decks so they're nice and clean. When you stay on a dock, you don't realize how dirty your feet are, and then you come on the boat and the boat just felt a little bit grubby. So I've scrubbed the decks, all is well there. And now I'm starting to plan some of my interior projects. So we're gonna have to go to a Home Depot to get some paints that we need. So one of the main things, these cabinet doors here, they're like a vinyl material. And some of it doesn't look very nice. I don't think it was damaged during the hurricane itself, but just neglect over the years, it's kind of coming off and it's a little bit gross. So I know there was another YouTube channel that did do some vinyl painting, and you have to use specific paint so it doesn't peel off, and I believe you have to sand it first. So I'm going to do a bit of research, and we're going to go to the Home Depot and we're going to get the supplies that we need. Oh, I just pulled a piece off. I probably will have to put a little bit of filler on in some areas, or even just rip this off. This is kind of gross. Maybe just rip it off and paint it. I don't know. It's not stuck on there very well. Maybe a little bit of filler to make that look a little bit nicer. But that's the main thing that I want to do. But we have so much of this wood finish. It is everywhere. So I'm going to have to take pictures off. What color do you reckon we should go with? We're thinking kind of like a light gray to make it look a little bit more modern. Plus then it'll match our flooring and kind of the countertopy areas. So if we do like a light gray, it might look nice. What do you think? We're even pondering with the table, maybe doing some sort of epoxy table. Maybe getting rid of this glass insert on the table. Because come on, it's not practical. Crumbs get stuck underneath there and it's just gross. So we might do a completely different tabletop, but that'll probably be one of the last phases. So talk about that on another day. So now I do need to do a lot of cleaning inside to prep all the surfaces for paint, but we're gonna take the scooters and we're gonna go up to Home Depot and find our supplies, our primers and our paints and sandpaper and everything else that I need for this project. There are so many different shades of gray. Oh my gosh. We've chosen two that I think we're gonna pick between, but there's so many choices of paint. Alright, the day has arrived. We have all our supplies. As you saw yesterday, we went to Home Depot. So I'm going to take the dog for a quick stroll and I'm going to get started on the galley. I'm going to start with some of the cupboard doors that I can take off and take outside. And we'll see how this goes. I'm excited for my project. So stay tuned for next week, guys. See how I get on.